Welcome back to the Acoustic Shop. I am John. I am here today with Jeremy, actually.
It's such a coincidence. We're back together again.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're working together because we are going to unbox a Bourgeois standard slope D. That's what we're going to do today.
There's nothing standard about this guitar.
No, it's actually absolutely gorgeous. And you'll find out more just after this. So there you go. Now that Jeremy has made fun of me and I feel bad, I'm not going to talk anymore.
So I'm going to tell you all about this guitar.
John, what is it? Well, there you go.
It's a Bourgeois guitar.
It is.
And it has sloped shoulders, and it's not standard, even though it's in the name, standard
Well,
D.
you are correct with
It
that.
has the standard dreadnought appointments in a sloped shoulder, is what I'm guessing, from Bourgeois.
That,
Why don't you take it from here?
that definitely clarifies it all. Anyway, it is a Slope D standard. It is a gorgeous guitar. This is definitely reminiscent. I'm still just. It's reminiscent of the classic Gibson guitars in the slope shoulder era of the dreadnoughts, which is like the J45 and those kind of variants. Really cool guitar with a lot of great appointments. Now, I know it says it is a standard because it is their standard model, but it does have a few things that kind of make it special from other variants of this particular class of guitars. That is that it has an Adirondack Spruce top. It has the AT finish or the age tone finish, as well as animal protein or hide glue to put it together. Now, there's a lot of arguments whether hide glue makes a lot of difference. I know some great builders that are saying, no, I don't use it. I know other ones that are like, yeah, I think it does make a difference. I think there is a difference, but again, these are such subtle differences that just because it's hide glue, I don't think it makes it a great guitar. That's because if it's just using modern glue, that doesn't make it a bad guitar. It's all the things that go together to make that, and again, this is actually one that kind of shows off all the cool things. I actually, of all the Bourgeois in the shop right now, this is probably my favorite. I really do like this guitar a lot. Obviously, it's a little bit of departure from my normal guitars, which are a standard dreadnought shape. But I am really kind of finding a lot of really cool uses for slope dreads. And those of you who own it, obviously you know that there's a lot of really cool uses for it. This will have the narrow nut width at 1 inch and 11/16, I believe, on this guitar, as well as some really cool appointments that I really like the aesthetics of. Ivoroid grained bridge pins as well as Ivoroid buttons on the Waverly
stand out with that dark
tuners.
finish to
Absolutely.
match the binding.
I like that they did a dark black peghead veneer. Sometimes when they do, which brings my next thing, the Ziricote bridge and fretboard. Sometimes they do that same overlay up there, but I'm really becoming a big fan of the dark ebony or black peghead veneers. I think it just makes these pearl logos and stuff stand out a little bit more.
We were talking earlier that I'd like that they're using like the fretboard. A lot of guitar builders now that's like an area that they can also make kind of a unique look to using that Ziricote wood rather than like just a dark ebony. It gives it a lot of character just in the fingerboard.
I think it's good that guitar manufacturers in general are starting to recognize that wood grain is not a bad thing when it comes to bridges and fretboards. You have to realize that your early ebony has some color in it naturally, and a lot of times these pure black ones that a lot of people are getting are actually stained or enhanced to make so. So even like I have a pre-war D18, and over the years some of that has been planed away, and you can start to see some of the light browns and figuring that is within that, even that old ebony that a lot of people do.
And there are people with different preferences. Like we had a guitar buyer that he wanted 0 bear claw in the top. Like he had an Adirondack top. We went through a few guitars to find one with 0. I personally like the look of it. I love a bear claw.
I like
gives
the
some character to
aberrations, that character.
So
absolutely.
yeah, I assume some people may not like a fretboard that has some wood grain showing in it. I'm not that person. I really like that. I think it's kind of like a palette that was unused on a canvas unused on the artwork of the guitar
I like
that now they've painted in a beautiful I was getting poetic right there.
I don't know what you just said, but anyway, it is beautiful, and we like the character of the wood grain in here. And Ziricote has actually been a really good offering, I think, Bourgeois on most of their guitars right now. Especially, it's like in between ebony and rosewood, so it kind of gives you some of those characteristics of both. Has that dark grain, black streaks in it. Looks really, really nice. So anyway, mahogany back and sides on this guitar in a really cool darker finish, which again kind of harkens that older look to those older guitars.
It really makes that binding pop.
And the ivory colored binding also on this looks really great. A beautiful sunburst. It is a very classy, I got an extra bump as I touched my microphone there, but a really nice sunburst. Again, Dana hand selects every one of his tops, voices them all, and selects all the woods for this, which is his deal. I don't know if you guys all know this, but when they build a guitar, even if I send him the specs of what I want, he chooses each one individually for that guitar that he thinks is going to make the best pairing. In this case, I think he definitely hit it pretty well. Great guitar. Again, all the standard features that you would want to see from them. So makes it a standard, but with a lot of really cool features that are standard from Bourgeois, but not necessarily standard from other people who are building a slope dreadnought.
Hey, he's setting his own standard.
It very well could be. So there you have it. I guess now we'll kind of give a listen to it, but this is the Bourgeois Standard Slope D.
Hey, thanks for watching that video that we just did. I'm going to make this universal so we're going to use it in all the videos.
Good
I hope
plan.
you enjoyed that thing that I said. And if you'd like to see more things like that, then subscribe down below where it says subscribe. You'll be notified anytime we do another video.
And while you're at it, make sure to check out our website, theacousticshop.com. We have free shipping on most products and one of the best return policies in the country.
We know what it's like to buy an instrument online. You never know what you're going to get. When you get it, if you're not happy with it, send it back to us. We're not going to be mad at you.
No.
We'll be a little disappointed in you, but no. We want you to find the right instrument, and there's no way to know until you try it. So we encourage you to try it out, play it, and then if it's not the right fit, we'll find the one that is.
There we go.
Also, be sure to comment down below. We love to interact with you guys. It's not a one-way street here.
No.
You get to say things, we get to say things back to you. If we say mean things, we're going to say mean things back. So.
We may or may not do that. Anyway, we thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.